Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Katie Sassine Show. As always, I'm your host, Katie Sassine, addressing the indoctrination of the American nation. Now, if you were with us yesterday, you saw that we left off on an exclusive Oprah Trump interview that took place many, many years ago, 30, 40 some years ago on Oprah, where she seems to be pretty buddy-buddy with Trump. Now, as we all know, Trump has been in the public eye ever since he's been a business mogul. From his secondary schooling and military school, he was always very popular. And as soon as he got out into the business world, he became very successful after the help from his father. And again, the help from his father in the 90s when he came back from hitting nearly rock bottom and losing almost everything. So he has been to the bottom and come back up. So he's been through a lot. And we have to understand this is not just some young foreigner out of, he's not young and an experienced guy. So George Soros, for example, he is older man, he has a lot of wisdom, but he is not an American citizen and he plays his cards against America and he shows that he's un-American. But Trump, on the other hand, he's older with wisdom and he is all American and he's all about the American agenda. And he always has been. And that interview on Oprah was just proof that this is still the same brilliant and admired mind that Trump has always been, that he has integrity and he has maintained the same integrity and many of these same beliefs that he used for his campaign as presidency, only a few months ago. He's been saying these things for like 40 years. He's been speaking like this for decades. And so for people to come out and question his integrity is just silly because all they have to do is watch the interviews and listen to him in his own words. So that's what we need to do. We need to look into interviews where Trump is actually speaking for himself. Now, referring to the interview with Oprah, I took down a few direct quotes, quite a few of my favorite direct quotes from that interview that are pertinent to, standing up for Trump's integrity. And those quotes include Trump saying, "We let Japan dump their goods into our free market." And bear in mind, this was the 80s. He's also said, "I'd make our allies pay their fair share." Then, "If you ever go to Japan and try to sell something, forget about it. Unlike in the United States, we can't sell our goods over there so easily as they can here." As he stated before, they dump their goods into our free market. And you can respect somebody, he's referring to Japan, that is beating the hell out of you. He addressed that, he still respects Japan. He respects their people very much, but they're beating the hell out of America, economy-wise. And it's going to eventually have backlash on the U.S., and that's what he's implying here. He continued to say, "Why isn't Kuwait," he's addressing Kuwait, "paying us 25% of what they make," referring to oil. He goes on to say, "It's a joke. It's a joke." He says, "I'm tired of seeing what's happening in this country." And he also went on to say, "I think people are tired of seeing the U.S. ripped off by countries like Kuwait, Japan," as he mentioned in the interview. And last but not least, Oprah asked him, "Would you run for president, Mr. Trump?" And Trump said, "Probably not." That's hilarious looking back on it because lo and behold, here he is today, the same man he's always been. It seems that he is destined for presidency. He has been destined for presidency for decades now. And there are many conspiracies about how he's been quote unquote destined for presidency, but everything seems to be going well right now. So if you haven't gotten on board yet, just give Trump a chance because he is a man of integrity and that is not easy to come by in the world of politics. And so what? He had to choose a political party in order to run in the presidential race. You can be left and you can be right and you will still agree on many, many beliefs that Trump supports, especially those that support your own country, the United States of America, right? So give President Trump a chance. Now, moving on to a creepy part of the show, we're going to talk about the House in the Shadows. And what I'm referring to with the House in the Shadows is Obama's shadow government being established in D.C. And behind, well, not necessarily behind President Trump's back, But in efforts to resist President Trump, we've heard about the Trump resistance. Obama is in support of this. Through his organization, the OFA, it's expressed that he is in support for resisting Trump as president. Now, when Obama was at the presidential inauguration, I hope that you watched this past January, we saw him acknowledge a peaceful transfer of power. And that peaceful transfer of power was the transfer of power from former President Barack Hussein Obama, to now President Donald J. Trump. So what is he doing here? I've talked about the OFA before and how this denies a peaceful transfer of power. He's doing the opposite of what he said. He is not promoting a peaceful transfer of power. Obama is promoting the exact opposite. He's promoting opposition. He's promoting resistance against the president, against the transfer of power. So what does that say about Obama? He's a man with little integrity. And then thereafter the inauguration, he's been accused of wiretapping the Trump Tower during campaigning in October. So there's a lot of questions floating around about Obama's integrity, and they have been floating around since day one. From the birth certificate and whatnot to his feelings about, racism in the country and white supremacy. He has expressed, frustration about white supremacy in past interviews. You can look that up on YouTube. There's evidence of Obama himself speaking as a young person about it. He also supported Black Lives Matter and welcomed them into the White House, which was a group that has further separated the races and has caused more dissonance between the American people. So as a man that prided himself on progressive change and social evolution, he actually promoted devolution of the amicability of the U.S. people. He promoted dissonance and distance between the U.S. people and pitted the races against each other. By supporting a group like Black Lives Matter, he pitted us against each other. Why? So we weren't keeping our eyes on him and what he was doing with the administration. We were keeping our eyes on each other. And that's a simple political tactic, and it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. So the OFA, Organizing for Action, inspired the title The House in the Shadows, which is the title of this part of the episode. So the OFA was set up by Michelle and Barack Obama and also Jim Messina. Messina was a 2012 Obama campaign manager and former White House Deputy Chief of Staff. So very close ties with the Obama administration, obviously a supporter from 2012 campaign. And what is the OFA? Well, the OFA cites itself as a group of community organizers, political activists, etc. OFA is also said to be a platform for the Trump resistance. As I've stated prior, Obama is promoting the Trump resistance. And what else? Obama also advertises on his website, barackobama.com or michelleandbarackobama.com, connect.barackobama.org, which connects, or actually this may have been a video that he promoted on the OFA site. Anyway, if you check out connect.barackobama.org, you can find this information. This organization connects grassroots activists, and Lou Dobbs of Fox said that the OFA, on another note, back to the OFA, Lou Dobbs of Fox said that the OFA, Organizing for Action, could have been called Organizing for America, but so strategically, it's called Organizing for Action. Now, if this is supposed to be a resistance against Trump for the American people and for the protection of the American people, for the protection of these community organizers and political activists up and coming, then why isn't it called Organizing for America? Why doesn't it have a name that's about America? Well, based on Obama's, prior actions in public office, Obama isn't really a president, never really was a president for America. Obama wanted to be the president of the world. I believe that Obama put his presidency of the global community and his leadership of the global community above that of America. And because of that, well, he bit off more than he could chew. and ended up being a hypocrite. I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but ended up doing a lot of hypocritical things because of that. Now, he bit off more than he could chew. Instead of trying to be a president for the United States of America, former President Barack Obama, bit off more than he could chew and put the world ahead of the United States of America. As a president, that was not his job, that was not his duty, and that was a mistake on Obama's part. Anyway, we've got to cut to a break. Please stay tuned in. We'll be right back with more information on the OFA. And thank you for tuning in.
It's a new year. New you at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. Ring in the new year with huge deals on a brand new Ford. Right now, get exceptional offers like 0% financing plus a $1,500 factory rebate on a new 2017 Ford F-150 XLT. Or get 0% financing plus a $1,000 factory rebate on a new 2017 Ford Explorer. Make your resolution a reality during the New Year, New You sales event at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper, home of the Schottenkirk Customer Guarantee. Visit us online at schottenkirkfordjasper.com.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Welcome back to the Katie Sassine Show, addressing the indoctrination of the nation. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Katie Sassine, as always. Now, we left off the last part of episode 3 talking about the OFA. And if you weren't tuned in, the OFA is called Organizing for Action, and it's an organization set up by Michelle Obama and Barack Obama and Jim Messina, a former Obama campaign manager and White House Deputy Chief of Staff. So we are now going to check out a video published in January 2013 of how the OFA was established in the beginning of Obama's second term. And there's a quote here from the video that says, "Winning an election won't bring about the change we seek. It's simply a chance to make that change." And here we go on the address of the OFA.
Last year, we did something truly extraordinary. We registered millions of people to vote, we recruited folks across this country to serve as volunteers, and we got millions of Americans out to the polls in this past election. So we should all be proud of what we accomplished. But let's be clear, all that hard work was about more than just one election. So if we want to finish what we started and truly make that change we believe in, we can't stop now. And that's why today, I'm proud that our friends and supporters are launching Organizing for Action, the next phase of our movement for change. Supporters like you will be the heart of this organization, because for the past 6 years, you've done something so much bigger than elect a president. You've given ordinary people a place in our democratic process again. The relationships you made, the tools you've built, and the lessons you've learned have already begun to change our politics. And in the coming years, they can change our country. And that's the mission of Organizing for Action, to build on the work we've already done by training and empowering the next generation of leaders and supporting the grassroots organizing you want to do on the issues that matter most to your community and to our country. Now, in terms of the specifics of what this organization will look like, a lot of that will be up to you. It will be determined by your energy and ideas and feedback. Because after all,
Welcome back to the show. As you could see there, that was Michelle Obama speaking on behalf of the OFA, Organizing for Action, and she makes it apparent that Obama, that former President Barack H. Obama will continue to change our country post-presidency. Because she states in the video that when you voted for Barack Obama in the presidential elections, you did so much more than simply just vote for a president. You voted for a movement. So it's clear that the Obama family will continue to strive for the utmost political influence that it can in years to come. Now, that was published again on YouTube in January of 2013 about the establishment of the OFA. Again, she says, winning an election regarding Barack Obama's winning won't bring about the change we seek. It's simply the chance to make that change and to continue his change, Barack Obama's change. If you are a Barack Obama supporter, then join the OFA, Organizing for Action. And remember, as Lou Dobbs said, it is so strategically called Organizing for Action and not Organizing for America, which it could have been called, but I guess that just wasn't as appealing of a name to the Obama administration for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I'm just the messenger here. Now, if you have to ask my opinion, I think it's a little suspicious, obviously, because that is why I'm addressing it. Anytime I address something, I try to do it with a purpose to make us think, and usually my statements are not arbitrary. So, shadow house defenses. Now, if you remember the last time we talked about the shadow government in DC and how former President Barack Obama staying in DC to wait out his daughter's schooling, and how now he's developed this shadow government, then you know that he has an army of agitators of about 32,000 people. And there's actually a new training summit going on for these agitators this month in March. And so going on right now, and Obama will command them in a bunker, a safe underground bunker, less than 2 miles from the White House, when and if need be. Now, of course, since the media is driving the narrative in this country, they're concealing the truth of the OFA, concealing the truth of organized protests that go along with the OFA and its agenda, and the left agenda in general. Now, what I want to do right now is go to barackobama.com. So if we scroll down to the bottom of this website, we can click on the OFA, and here we have the OFA website. Now if we scroll down to the very bottom of this, keep going, because it's time to act, we see Organizing for Action. And below that, in very light lettering, it says, and I'll read it out to you, paid for by Organizing for Action, 2017 Organizing for Action, all rights reserved. And finally, in loving memory of Alex Okrent. All right. So, who is Alex Okrent? That is the question. And why is OFA dedicated to Alex Okrent? Well, Alex Okrent is a former Obama staffer. He worked for the 04 and the 08 campaigns. But in 2012, before he was able to work on the upcoming campaign, he had collapsed and died. So what do we know about him? He was first a volunteer for the campaigning, then an intern, and then he became a paid staffer for Obama for the 04 and 08 campaigns. He was open on social media about his support for gay marriage. And he seemed to be a, very big backer of gay marriage. And his last tweet actually that's reported, he advised one of his friends or someone who had asked him for suggestions on where to go in Chicago to go to a local gay bar. So there are suggestions that he was a homosexual male. Now, moving on, he was also reportedly covert about direct involvement in the Obama campaigns, which is strange because if you're involved in the Obama campaigns, you would want people to know, you would want your family and friends to know what you're doing so as to get them to jump on board with you. Because when you choose to do a career that's your passion like that, you really want to make your life about it and you really want to just embody that movement. So it's kind of strange that it's actually just strange in general that Okrent wouldn't be upfront on social media about his campaigning with Barack Obama, former president. So according to his social media, yes, he was very covert about that, and according to other reports on his social media. Now what we're going to do is get into a video where, and this was produced by Chris Zane on YouTube, so I highly suggest checking out Chris Zane's videos on YouTube. It's good stuff, K-R-I-S-Z-A-N-E, and this video is provided by Chris, and it's featuring Lynn Pollock, and that's Okrent's mother and his father on the incident of his death.
He was later pronounced dead at Northwestern Memorial. Okrent was just 29 years old.
He was very fierce about what he believed and what he didn't believe, and he had such passion for the work that he did.
Okrent's parents say the Wesleyan graduate had a heart attack after working out. Hours after his passing, some websites started posting incredibly hurtful things about their son, saying he died of a drug overdose.
Had the audacity to attack a 29-year-old and slander. I can't do this.
Okrent's parents.
Very, very sad interview right there. That's Lynn Pollock, and I don't have his father's name, but Lynn Pollock is a name, L-Y-N-N-P-O-L-L-A-C-K. Look her up. There's a lot of political information about Miss Pollock, Mrs. Pollock, the mother of Alex Okrent, and there's some conspiracy surrounding Lynn Pollock as well. Could she have, been involved in her son's death, but could someone have assassinated Alex Okrent because of his mother's involvement in the organization that she is involved in? That's worth looking into. That merits some research. So remember, that's Lynn Pollock speaking on behalf of her son, and also his father's in the video. Now, his mother noted that Okrent was very serious about what he believed in and what he didn't believe in. His parents reportedly said he had a heart attack after working out, and we saw his dad crying, saying that he was slandered by people, saying that he died of a drug overdose. So, very sad stuff. I mean, this is, real people we're talking about here, with families, with friends. And ironically, Andrew Breitbart also collapsed and reportedly had a heart attack too. But, however, Andrew Breitbart was fairly older than Alex Okrent, at the time of his death, and also was not necessarily a lean guy. He was a little bit heavier set. So he had a less healthy lifestyle, and that was obvious. Now, Alex Okrent looks like a healthy young guy. Does not look like a guy that would collapse from a heart attack after working out. Anyway, we've got to cut. We'll get back to more on Alex Okrent tomorrow. Please stay tuned in every day, Monday through Friday on FYNTV to the Katie Sassine Show live.